Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Spiritual bodybuilder. I have pondered for a long time, for many, many years, do steroids influence our ability to vibrate higher? I've come to the conclusion that the answer is yes and no, and here's what I mean by that. Say, for example, you're in the gym, you just started working out maybe 6 months, a year ago, and you see a couple people in the gym getting ready for shows. One person, like, I want to look like that. So you go up to them and you're like, hey, can you coach me? Get ready for a show? And they're like, yeah, of course, I know what I'm doing. And then they put you on a whole bunch of gear, and you basically starve yourself eating tilapia and asparagus and maybe some brown or white rice there for 2 to 3 months. You step on stage and then you eat a bunch of junk food, you fill out, and then you do well, right? How do you maintain that? And not only that, what was your intention at first for getting into it or doing that? Now, even if this isn't the exact scenario that you're in, the reason why this is important and why this is sort of like a blanket scenario is because it's the emotional aspect that's important. So steroids make us more emotional, right? They strengthen the ego, all right? Vibrationally, energetically, spiritually, they strengthen the ego. So that can be a good thing when you're like trying to be motivated and trying to push through. But that pushing through can usually does lead to counterproductive aspirations, okay? Because what we're doing is we're attaching our identity to an external factor. And when we attach our identity to an external factor, it always ends in loss. Why? Because we're not coming from our heart. And because, and when we're not listening to and following our heart and doing things for our highest good, then things will go wrong. Things will go very wrong. So what I have found at the core of this is when you make the decision to jump on steroids or performance-enhancing drugs from a place of an external environment or an external goal, or from a place of fear, which are usually both, one and the same. They just cover different contexts, right? If you jump on it from that place, you will hold yourself back from your spiritual evolution. Say you do well for a little while. Once something doesn't go your way, or once you don't do well, you're gonna feel like you're not perfect. You're gonna feel like you're not good enough. So then you're gonna scramble and get on more shit and beat up your system more, be motivated to get back to that place that you were when you got that feeling that, oh yeah, like I accomplished something. But when you're trying to accomplish things outside of yourself, that's not what your soul wants. Your soul wants you to follow your heart and accomplish things from your heart. And what do we want to accomplish within our heart? We want to be happy. We want to feel the emotion of joy. We want to feel the emotion of love, okay? And when we're training, and I see so many people these days, they get in their own way because they think pushing and pushing and pushing with motivation and just going harder and like eating less and training more and getting less sleep and just sucking it up. That whole attitude, that whole belief system and mindset, it plagues the fitness industry. And when you follow that protocol, you will fail. I promise you that. Now, not everybody's like this, but I think that I've seen maybe 1% of all people that I know that have, they actually do it because they love themselves. Now, if you're an older man and you're jumping on HRT and you've been depressed and feeling like shit and you have no libido, then that's going to be a whole different story, okay? Because you're coming from, you want to be healthy, right? You want to be happy. You want to be able to, take care of your wife. You want to live a more efficient life. If you're doing it from a place of wanting to live a more efficient life and being more full of love and joy and happiness and alive, then that will influence your spiritual evolution in a positive way, okay? What really makes a difference is the emotions, because emotions are the foundation of everything. Third thing, okay, we also have all these hormones in our foods, okay? Now that's in conjunction with genetically modified organisms, GMOs, pesticides, chemicals, hormones, and all these things together, they alter the DNA code in our body. So those are designed to hold us down spiritually. All those foods, they're designed to keep our DNA from opening up, because as our vibration raises, it's unlocking parts of our DNA, right? Our extrasensory perceptions are getting much stronger. And those foods and all these things that are readily available to us and easily accessible are the very things that are holding us back. So that's where like the type of foods that you eat come into play. And that's where all these little things that most people never think about are the things that you really need to pay attention to. Okay? And it all starts with your belief. Are you loving yourself? Are you doing the best things for your overall life? Right? Are you creating a sense of joy and inner peace? When you, like training, even when you train from a place of love for yourself, you know, you stop, you can read your body, and you stop when your body tells you it's time to stop. You don't just keep pushing through, right? You pay attention, focus on your sleep, getting optimal sleep. You focus on putting the best foods in your body, listening to your body, to what it wants, okay? Like, sugars aren't always bad. You know, carbs aren't always bad. Fats aren't always bad. It all depends on what your body wants or needs. And that's what you have to pay attention to, okay? So it's the belief systems, the emotions. You know, if you're locking in self-limiting emotions, then you're gonna lose. If you're locking in self-evolving beliefs, which requires the higher self to be stronger than the ego. And when we take extraneous amounts of performance enhancing drugs, meaning like, you know, HRT isn't going to really affect that much, but if you're taking 3, 4, 5 times what anybody should, that'll definitely affect you. Okay? So there's never really any need to go that big. Like, I mean, you're just hurting yourself anyways. I've seen guys with incredible physiques that do a very minimal amount of stuff, and they do great, right? It's the belief that we need them to get that extra edge, to get that extra push. It's just throwing ourselves more out of balance. And balance is the ultimate optimization. We keep trying to optimize ourselves, right? But pushing yourself and throwing your body out of balance is not optimization. Balance is optimization. And you just have to trust and have faith that, you know, some people don't have the genetics for competing. Don't try to fit a square peg in a round hole, people. Okay? Be you. Be authentic. Be true to yourself. And believe in whatever it is that you're meant to do. It's going to happen, because it's going to come naturally. You don't have to force it. So maybe if you're seeing something out there that you want, look within yourself as to why do you want it? Are you insecure? Are you afraid? Do you feel like you're not good enough? Those are the things you have to face. That's the message that the universe is telling you when you're feeling these kind of things. Learn how to pay attention to your own feelings. This is your subconscious mind speaking to you. Let it come through and trust it, because it will never steer you wrong. When your ego gets super strong, though, it'll always steer you wrong. And then you'll be like, what the fuck? What's going on? Why is my life going to shit? Right? So, that's it for now. Thank you for tuning into my channel, and please like, share, and subscribe, and please comment below if you have any questions. I'd love to expand on this and see what you guys think. All right?